Hi there, my name is Phixfox, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 5. I'm very happy to come back to you today here with something wonderful in mind, and that's going to be Scenario 4 in the Queen's campaign. I know that the campaign is just a tutorial, but I'm having a lot of fun, and I think I'm actually getting even faster because of all the experience I have with other Heroes of Might and Magic games. That's kind of what we would expect, and I'm happy to see that that is paying off just a little bit. So with that being said, let's go right into Heroes 5 and pick up where we left off. So this is going to be taking place at the end of Scenario 3. These were the basic stats. It took a lot more time than I probably should have. Number of battles fought, 32. Battles won, 31. Yeah, I've lost my first fight, but that was not my primary hero. It was more of an error than anything. Let's hope and pray that we don't have any further issues. We shall see. This is Mission 4, The Trap. The Demon Lord, Agrael, prepares to rout elven troops that are marching to assist the Empire. Isabel will have to outmaneuver the enemy army to prevent the demons from implementing their plan. The united forces of Isabel and elven King Alaron should be able to put an end to the invasion and save Nikolai. We have the choice between the 1 Cavalier, the 9 Squires, or the 15 Marksmen. We are going to let the dice roll decide, but in general, I feel like Heroes 5 has the battlefield like 1 or 2 hexes a little bit bigger because it's not a hexagonal grid, it's more like squares. But I feel like the value of a Cavalier cannot be overstated. They're such a powerful mounted unit that even 1, I think, is just as good or better than Marksman. Although my traditional vibe is generally to go with the Marksman because damage from afar, ranged damage is going to help you avoid losses long term. Regardless, let's let the dice roll decide what we should pick here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as far as the dice roll are going to turn out for us. This is going to be us rolling a 6, and that means that we are going to go here with these marksmen. Let's hit start, and let's dive right in.
Lady Isabel, your might as a warrior is impressive, but your knowledge of the arcane is limited. To fight these demonical abominations, you must learn something of the magics of Elra.
I agree, Father, but I don't have the time or the resources for this.
The town of Brightwood had a seminary of light magic, but the demons ruined it. If you take it back, lady, you could obtain its knowledge.
Excellent. I will do this, and quickly.
I think I picked up some magic already, though. Here we are with Isabel with a pretty good army. I like the Conscripts. Looks like the Imperial Griffins, Marksmen, and then 5 Cavaliers. Oh, so we already had some Cavaliers anyway. I think that I would definitely prefer the 15 Marksmen then. But we do have a skill or 2. We have Advanced Enlightenment. I think that was a mistake. That might just be not Scholar, but that might be more closely related to other skills like, I don't know, Learning. And until Heroes 3 gave Learning a buff with the Horn of the Abyss edition, kind of was pretty bad. So I wonder if maybe we've given ourselves a bad skill there. But we do have this advanced light magic already, so maybe we just need to get access to some more of these better spells. I don't know, time will tell. In the meantime, I like the way we're building our hero so far. I believe you're going to have to tell me later how good or how bad I'm doing. But for a first-time playthrough, hey, at least we are moving forward. So pretty good looking army. Looks like we got the Griffins. And it looks like we have a new objective here. This is the trap. We must meet Alaron's army, and we must capture Brightwood. Of course, Isabel must survive. The mission log, that was a priest that was talking to us. We called him Father. And there is a castle up here. This is Brightwood. Oh, and this is guarded by, it looks like, hordes of these demon troops from afar. Looks like there's this Fountain of Youth. Why we have vision of this Fountain of Youth, I can't possibly imagine, but there is also this clearing. Maybe this little bit of sprites showing this blue path that's illuminated. Maybe that's meant to be something fancy for us. We're going to have to find out, but there's no sense in doing anything but going along the main road at this time. In the tutorial, some creatures have unique abilities that need to be activated. For example, archers can attack areas instead of individual targets. To activate the creature's abilities, use the special ability button, and that's right here is how I know. So I think that because we have the marksmen now, they don't actually have a special ability. I think that if they just get enemies that are too close to them, we do bonus damage because we hit so hard with a big fat crossbow. It just makes sense to me. So these Hellhounds are really good, really nice units. I'm excited to use them in the future, but they are also very fast, which for now means that we're going to have to wait until they come across the battlefield, and then we are going to engage with them. I would like to make sure, let's see, what's the best spell here for me? The Divine Guidance is really cool. I like that it makes my turns come by faster. This Retaliation Strike, I think it synergizes probably very, very well with Griffins, but I'm still going to go with this Divine Guidance. I'm hoping I can get maybe 2 casts off or 2 turns off with the Griffins. And it looks like I'll at least be able to outdo one of these stacks. Yeah, so let's try and kill this stack and go from there. Griffins kill a whole bunch. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure I'm just a really awesome hero myself. I think I'm just so high quality that a lot of these enemy forces struggle to keep pace with me. This, of course, a very, very easy fight. Isabel wins the combat, no problems. Decisive, that's the exact word for it. Very decisive victory. We do see the Shrine of Magic Incantation. A hero can be both mighty as a warlord and a powerful mage. One of the ways to learn magic spells is by visiting special buildings on the adventure map. I am familiar with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level spells, and so now I think that we've just picked up, is this a 1st level spell? 1st level spell, Fist of Wrath. What does this do? Where is my spell book? Here. So in my spell book, amongst damaging spells, this summons a magical fist to deal non-elemental physical damage to target enemy creatures. The spell ignores magic resistance and protection from magic. Okay. Seems a little interesting that you're saying, okay, it's not elemental, so elementals aren't going to reduce the damage, but it's also avoiding magical resistances. It's kind of hard for me to say. So is this a magical spell or is this not? It feels like it's trying to have the best of both worlds, and in that way it doesn't really have much of anything. Treasure chest, a pile of wood. I don't know how much of this we're going to need or how much we're going to want. By the way, I have decided that I'm going to have this camera view from the top down. It just makes it easiest for me. The worry is that if I'm not maneuvering the camera around in this 360-degree sort of look, I may miss some adventure map objects, and I wonder if that's just a drawback to Heroes 5 if you prefer the top-down view with your camera. There are 4 schools of magic in the world of Ashan: destructive magic, dark magic, light magic, and summoning magic. These conscripts want to flee. I don't think I really need the experience, but I think I could just hit this auto combat, and I'm sure that we're going to be able to get out of this fight pretty quickly. To use the hero's magical abilities in combat, click on the cast spell button and then select the spell you want to use from the spell book. You know what? Just because you said that, let me actually see. When's it going to be my turn again? Let's have the Griffins back up. Let's wait on everybody until Isabel gets the chance to cast her very first spell. That way, if it does cost us some amount of spell points, it'll not hurt my heart too bad, because she's going to be able to get those spell points back, I hope, pretty quickly. Almost every single version of Heroes of Might and Magic I've ever played, other than Heroes 1, you do get a certain limited number of spell points back per day. And so if I use 5 mana here, I'm hoping in 5 days I'll be back up to 70. Activating spells uses up magical energy, which is measured in mana. This energy is regenerated as time goes by. And this is going to do 32 points of damage. Hold on. How much damage would I do right now? How do I toggle this back off? Defend, auto combat. Okay, there we go. And so right now, just my basic damage is going to be 45 damage, or I can cast the spell. Let's see the spell. We're going to kill less creatures, but we're going to have more fun doing it. Oh! Did you see that? That was pretty nifty. Yeah, I liked that. In fact, I like that so much I'd like to try that again, actually. Please, sir, can I have another? Can I have some more? Okay, so we're going to be 10 spell points shy by the end of this. I make no apologies for it. If you're trying to explore a new game, you ought to enjoy every single second of it. This is me enjoying this. So, back to this Fist of Wrath, but this time we're going to get a little bit closer. Poof. Something about the image of a giant fist being conjured just makes me smile. That's a pretty good looking spell too, by the way. thought that was pretty okay. I've seen various types of spells in several different games, and that one seemed like it was pretty good to me. I felt like it was impactful, it looked cool to use, and let's be real, spells ought to look cool and feel cool. If you're going to be using magic, especially when you're doing less damage than if you just hit somebody in the face, then it makes a lot of sense to me that it better look cool. There's got to be pluses and minuses, drawbacks and otherwise, but yeah, it feels like I want it to be as cool as possible. We just clearly have made a pretty big error as we lose one Griffin for the first time in a minute. I planned on just auto-combating this fight, obviously. I figure it's not going to be too difficult, but if the AI is not going to be able to prevent losing one Griffin at a time, then, as we've mentioned before, I am going to have to babysit these fights a little bit more than perhaps I would enjoy. I would rather prefer to go, have fun, and, let the battle wage, or rather, wage war where I can and let the battle rage on. But only if it's not going to cost me troops. So for that reason, I truly do enjoy any kind of feature where you get the auto battle with the choice or the chance to refight the battle yourself if you don't like those results. Yeah. Recently, there was a Heroes of Might and Magic 2 short that we did that featured that exact sort of deal. And something about rogues, the AI, and my dragon's inability to prevent themselves from doing a flame breath attack onto my own forces. Don't ask me why, but the AI just wants to cause me harm. We see something brand new here. For the first time I see a sanctuary here on the map. It allows the hero to take place in a refuge in this holy place. I imagine that this sanctuary works just like the sanctuaries in other Heroes games, like Heroes 3, but no guarantee. There's a Fountain of Youth, which will raise morale, extra movement points. Tell you what, let's go grab that. I know that we just got the stable. We're a couple of days into this week. We'll come back to the stable later, but let's pick up this well here, get some additional movement points, and then maybe we can get more movement points after we defeat the fairies guarding this something up there. Two of the heroes' parameters affect their magical abilities: spell power, responsible for the spell's duration and power, and knowledge, which affects the amount of mana. Okay. And which is nice that they're saying this as part of the tutorial, because it makes sure that it just confirms what I've already suspected with pretty much every other Heroes game ever, and that doesn't really hurt my feelings. Pretend like I know nothing, and then you can build me from the ground up and train me in the way that I ought to go. I've mentioned a time or two before that I never really done much with firearms. I'd gone hunting with my dad a couple of times and had a really great experience with it, but in general, I was pretty gun shy, didn't really prefer to use firearms if I could possibly help it. But then as part of a job, I needed to carry a firearm and I needed to get trained in how to use it. And because I didn't have any bad habits built up, I was able to actually do a really nice job in learning the correct way of using the firearms. And it showed. There was other people that had a lot more experience than me out there on the shooting range, but they were still doing things incorrectly because they built up some poor muscle memory. So it's actually a bonus sometimes if you start from scratch and build from nothing. Another way to restore magical energy is by visiting a magical well, which can restore your hero's mana once a day. Once a day. Very nice. Okay, very, very nice. We have Horned Overseers. We have Archers. I wonder if these Archers are going to want to join us. I don't think we actually need to get this Eldritch Well. Let's see if these Archers are going to want to join us. Please say yes. I think I'm going to leave these Archers. Anytime it's ranged creatures, that could lead to some issues where they pick some forces off before we defeat them. And it looks like these Archers were guarding a witch's hut. So for the first time in Heroes 5, we find the witch's hut. An ancient witch living in a strange hut welcomes you and is interested in your quest, teaching you basic defense for her own inscrutable purposes. So we got a new skill gained. Let me check this out. I don't know where in the skill tree that is going to fall. It looks like that. Oh, it's a full-on skill. Okay, so hold on. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 skills total, and then you have abilities that come from those skill trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened to the other one? Which one is? I'm guessing that Expert Counter Strike is specific to the Knight faction, and then these other 5 are where these skills kind of get fleshed out. So whether basic defense is good or not, I can't really tell you. But with a little bit of light magic, with some light enlightenment, the logistics and leadership, I mean, I'm going to be an okay hero. I'm going to be an okay hero. Maybe not the best, but I think I'll be fine. By the way, we did pick up another combat spell, I believe, and it was this one right here, Wasp Swarm. It looks very familiar to the Wasp Swarm ability that you found in Heroes Might Magic 4. This summons a swarm of insects to inflict magical damage on the selected enemy creature. The spell does not work on the undead, elemental, or mechanical units. So, nice to know that we have some variation in the types of magical damage that we can do moving forward. Good. Very good. There is a sawmill here. We definitely better go out of our way to pick this up. It's only about 1 day, and on the backswing, we are going to get the opportunity to pick up the stables one more time. I think I'm about to lose a whole ton of mana. I do. So the imps are stealing mana from me. Each stack, I believe, steals 1 portion of mana per turn. No, not per turn. At the very start of combat, they get to steal it once. And so, for example, yeah, we're down to 43 out of 70 mana. These imps can actually do a bunch of work against you. They are very good. Whereas familiars in Heroes 3 didn't really feel like they were very effective in that special ability to leech mana. That feels like a big deal. We're losing 20-something spell points. Yeah, 27. That's a lot. By the way, this Wasp Swarm is going to do 18 points of damage, and the Fist of Wrath is going to do 36. Tell you what, let's just do this Divine Guidance. Let's make sure that our marksmen are able to be as effective as possible. And that will do it. A lot of times when I play heroes, I have to question myself, which is better? Do I take the flat damage from a lightning bolt spell or some other damaging spell? Or would it be better for me to cast a buffing spell like a Bless or something like that, so that way I can do full damage? And the answer is always a little bit more complicated than you otherwise might think as we pick up full spell points after that imp attack. And until I really get, I don't know, comfortable here, I don't know if I'm going to be very effective. What did I just do? Imperial Griffin uses Battle Dive. So I clicked the ability and then I clicked on the Griffin. Where did they go? Okay, I'm going to pretend like I meant to do that. I clicked it and then I wanted to see what it did, and now I'm sad because I don't know what it did. Where'd they go? They're not even in my bar here. I might have caused myself a little bit of an issue. I'm going to assume that the Griffins are going to come back later, someday, I hope. Could you imagine if my Griffins are just like, nah, we're out of here, peace out. We did this back. Oh, they're back. Wait, they're back. Good morale for the Imperial Griffin. Okay, hold on. Let me just... Flyer, large creatures, unlimited retaliation, immunity to blind, and then this Battle Dive that I'm still trying to figure out what it does. Creature performs delayed air attack on selected tile on the field, causing double damage to any creatures, including friendly ones, which happens to be on the tile at that moment. Following the attack, the creature returns to a randomly selected location on the battlefield. Activated ability. That feels like a lot of, not necessarily RNG, but there's a lot that can go wrong with that spell. Huh. But very fun, I suppose, to play against enemies. I'm gonna try this again. So you click Battle Dive, so now it's active, and I'm gonna say, hey man, I want to use that here. We're just gonna say we're gonna use it there. I don't think that the Griffins are gonna land before these big bad uglies are able to get into the fight, but we will see. Huh. So if I attack here, am I going to get hurt by these creatures? I'm guessing so. So let's just defend one more time. Let's bring down these numbers just a tiny bit more. Worth noting that I believe that these guys explode when they die. Okay, and so the Griffin's going to completely whiff, which is understandable. Yeah, and the Griffins are just out there having a good time. Just gone. Okay. But that's very cool. I like the new special abilities. One thing I've looked at as I pick up Mercury and Ore and a couple of other resources, one thing I've noted recently is with the upcoming Olden Era game, I've been doing a lot of research on that, and it seems, as I decide that I'm going to stay here overnight, it seems like with each creature having 2 upgrades, you can purchase the Dwelling upgrade for any kind of creature. When you go back and forth between these different units, each are going to have different special abilities, and that's going to be pretty fun to play around with. For example, I know that the skeletons for the necromancers, they're going to be able to not only be upgraded into a brutish enforcer type of creature, but they're also going to have the opportunity to turn into some sort of ranged skeleton archer. That is really cool that you can potentially swap back and forth between the 2 options. That just seems cool to me, and it's never a bad thing to add to your possible tactical decisions. It is a tactical game after all. Okay, I think that I can just dive right here. What do you think? I think I can guess that if I land right here and this guy goes forward to the fullest extent of his ability, then I might be able to anticipate where he's going to be in a second. Ooh, the dirty dog. He saw me coming. He outsmarted my outsmarting. I thought I outsmarted him, but he outsmarted my outsmarting. That's okay. These things have happened before. I do wonder if it's apparent to enemies who are playing against Griffins. I wonder if it's apparent where they are going to land or not. Okay, so right there, for example, I completely whiffed, right? Let me just check the battle log. We used the battle dive. It looks like there was no damage. We did get good morale, but... So we are going to get to fight again, but that was just a complete waste. Maybe it's the kind of feature, unfortunately, where the AI is more aware of where you are going to end up than it's supposed to, and because of that, it's a skill that's not going to work out super well. Kind of like how the Cloud of Darkness or the Cover of Darkness works in Heroes 3, but it doesn't actually impact the way that the AI plays the game. If that sort of thing is the case, it's going to be a bit of a shame. It'll be nice to know that it can work against an enemy human player, but if that's all that there is to it and it won't work against the AI, that's a bit of a shame. I think it's pretty important that we never forget that Heroes of Might and Magic originally was built off of being a single-player experience, and that doesn't mean that it is supposed to have stayed that way. I think that it's reasonable to believe that Heroes of Might and Magic in general is a very robust sort of game, and it should be able to do both a wonderful single-player experience and a fantastic multiplayer experience. But if the single-player elements don't work because the AI is going to avoid them, that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? That's a problem. We are leaving all of these folks for free. I'm a little bit weirded out. We do have diplomacy. Why is the diplomacy not being effective for us? I would hope that these forces would all want to join me. Maybe if I had one more of my big, beefy Cavaliers, maybe forces would want to join me. Maybe that was the difference between one Cavalier or 15 of the Marksmen. Difficult to say. Difficult to say. We are only getting about 2 wood per day, it looks like, by the way. We're just picking up whatever random other resources we can get. And it's nice that for the campaign purposes, I don't have one single town that's giving me 250 gold per day or anything like that. It appears to me that the loss condition of lose your castle or lose your town or not have a town for 7 days has been delayed. It's been disabled for this playthrough, which feels pretty okay to me. I'm happy for it, because that's just one less mechanic than you would really want to have included in a tutorial. Okay, that's going to be a glorious victory against those 34 Cerberus. And is it just me, or do I feel really, really tough? I'll tell you what I mean by that in a second. When a hero's skill in a magic school increases, the effect of spells from that school increase as well. Meaning I should go with Expert Light Magic. What is Arcane Intuition? Can I learn another skill? Oh, this must be, through Advanced Enlightenment. And this would allow me to learn an unknown spell used by an enemy hero. Cool story. Expert anything should always be better. It feels like. If it's not, then let me know. This Crystal of Revelation is going to be my +1 to knowledge. So, by the way, we just picked up our +1 knowledge there. And earlier, I didn't mention it, but we came across a planetarium that added +1 spell power. So, planetariums and Crystals of Revelation. Not to be confused with the Dolmen of Knowledge, which is a 1,000 bonus to your experience. Gotta be keeping these things correct and together. Oh no. I said I would get back to a thought, and then I completely lost the thought. What was the thought? The idea was, it was like, what do I mean by that? That's where I left off with. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to come back to that thought when it comes back to me. Finally, creatures want to join me. It's like the game remembered that, hey, Phixfox has diplomacy. We should probably let that be effective every now and then. I do like these little fields. It gives me the feeling that these peasants actually have somewhere to live. And I am nothing if not champion of the peasantry. Peasants love me, man. They love me. Don't ask me why. I tend to send them to a very sad death, but more often than not, at least I'm somewhat benevolent. If I'm really being true to myself, I would prefer to let them stay in their hovels rather than die an unfortunate quick death. Okay. So we're gonna wait on griffins. We do now have 2 ranged creatures. I'm fighting these fights, but these fights don't feel like I actually need to fight them. Oh, that was the thought. That was the thought. The thought was, these fights feel really pretty easy. And I completely am not going to back down from that. The problem is that I don't know if these fights feel really easy because I'm just over-leveled. I think I might be severely, severely over-leveled. I am like level 17, fighting the equivalent of packs of creatures. Well, this is more than a pack. This is just under a horde. But a horde of tier 2 creatures, any level 17 hero should be able to wipe the floor with them. So maybe, I don't know, the difficulty here feels a little bit low. That doesn't mean that I'm going to want to up the difficulty in future campaigns, though, at least until I get, unless I can kind of get my teeth sunk into this a little bit more and know what I'm doing. But yeah, right now, the difficulty of these fights feels pretty low. We're just kind of cruising right through these. And when the difficulty is so low, and I don't feel like I need to worry about losing a troop or any kind of forces, then I feel not so bad about fighting this with the auto combat. I would like to be able to learn and fight these fights better over time, but even watching the auto combat so far, it doesn't feel like it's even really teaching me anything new. There are times where I'm watching the F Heroes 2 AI from Heroes of Might and Magic 2 play, and I feel like I'm getting smarter because I'm watching the way that the AI plays. I'm not really getting that sense here for this Heroes of 5 game. I'm positive that there are plenty of different abilities and nuances and strategies. Maybe I need to do a better job of, maybe I need to do a better job of paying attention. But right now, these fights all seem very, very straightforward. Okay. Oh my goodness. You know, I just realized. Okay, so we just saw a nuance. I just learned something. Here's what it is. 2 things. Number 1, I just saw the archers use the scatter shot to avoid the retaliation from ranged damage against these creatures here. And then 2, we just saw the griffins do their dive bomb attack to cross the battlefield in 1 turn. And if the enemy is a ranged creature, they're not going to want to move from that spot. Griffins are one of the most superior fighting forces against ranged creatures. I've just decided. I don't know how true that is. That's my feeling, though. Based off of everything I just saw, I think that these are critically awesome units, and that dive bomb ability, or that battle dive ability, makes so much more sense now. Because, yeah, unless the AI wants to lose their turn on their ranged creatures, then guess what? You can almost guarantee where they're going to be in just a moment. Interesting. So I did learn 2 nifty things there. By the way, we did pick up this Eldritch Arrow. If it's similar to just a magic arrow, then great. I'm anticipating that it is like a magic arrow, but I suppose I ought to do my due diligence and find out here. Magic arrow, Eldritch Arrow, is 4 mana, so less mana than anything else so far. And it shoots a magic missile to deal non-physical damage to the selected enemy creature. Okay. That's pretty much exactly what I expected. I do note that there's maybe a little bit of area here. It's hard sometimes for me to tell what is and what is not passable terrain, but clearly you see the mini-map. The road is where we are supposed to follow. And if I stay with the road, I can't get too far lost. 53 footmen, that feels like a lot. Again, do I really need the experience? Maybe I will pursue these folks, and maybe I will learn something new because I'm trying to pay attention. Okay, so, but why do you battle dive there? How can battle diving there be useful? Oh my gosh. How did you do that? So the Griffins just were able to battle dive on the unit that had the worst initiative? I guess you can probably tell. Maybe I'm a little bit confused about when the battle dive will end. I suppose that they will do a preparatory step, and then they will complete their turn, and they will complete their attack on the next instance where they would have been slotted in. But when the Griffins go skyward and they don't appear on this bar anymore, then it makes it a little bit difficult for me to understand how best to use them. I wonder if that's simply something I need to feel out through experience and trial and error, or if maybe there's a little bit of a shortcut to understanding how to best use that skill. Okay, so tell you what, let's just fight this fight here this time. So we're here. There's this guy in the middle, and then this guy's gonna go after. So what if I just dive bomb onto this guy? Because 1, 2, and then who knows when this guy's gonna go. So we're just gonna battle dive to right there on this guy that it seems like isn't going to go anytime soon. But you see the Griffins are nowhere to be seen. We are going to move into this middle slot here. Oh, and I don't know. Let's try this Eldritch Arrow. Whoa! Look at Eldritch Arrow. 80 spell damage? So Fist of Wrath must be in a different spell category. What is this? Destructive magic? Yeah, no kidding. So it's very destructive, and we are purveyors of not summoning magic. These are all summoning magics, and that's why we're probably not nearly so effective with them. And we don't have any light magic spells yet. Interesting. I like that you can kind of do this. This is reminiscent of Heroes 4. But okay, destructive magics? Yeah, you're not kidding. Let's do this. 80. Oh, that was pretty cool. Just kind of like a little charging attack, and then phew. Reminds me of the Greater Druids from Heroes Might and Magic 2, or the Zealots from Heroes 3. Pretty cool. Conscripts and Peasants are going to stay in the rear. This guy's going to go. And then is the Griffin going to get to go in time? Looks like the answer is no. Unless he goes right now. Oh, he made it! Okay, so I don't know if I can guarantee that that's going to happen every time, but it worked out that time. Okay, I'm not too sure about the situation, but I'm happy for it. One question I still need to answer is, do these archers, when I do the scattershot ability, do they only have so many uses of the scattershot ability? Does it need to recharge, or could I scattershot round after round after round after round? I'll check that out in the next fight. Okay, so we are learning. We are getting better. We're finding some new things. We're also totally out of movement points. Where I come from, that's bad. Okay. Nightmares. Oh, so cool. I loved the nightmares from Heroes Might and Magic 4. They were all black, and they were just like fiery red, but these demonic sort of horses are just so cool. Clearly, we have to go through these nightmares because they are off the main road, and so therefore they might have secrets behind them. I simply must have these secrets. So since this is the first time I've ever seen a nightmare, this is from the Inferno Town, Tier 5. I don't know how we've never seen these gentlemen before. Interesting. Nightmares are spun from the most twisted visions of the denizens of Ashan. Horror surrounds this creature, and even the bravest warriors have difficulty finding the strength to raise their swords when a nightmare attacks. The fright aura around this creature is such that its foes lose morale bonuses when it is nearby. So it's demonic. Still got to figure out what the chain shot is. It does have the fear ability. So there's a chance that the enemy attacked by this creature panics and tries to run to the edge of the arena. Losing all initiative accumulated by this time. Is this giving me some insight into the way that initiative works? We've seen several times our creatures hit the wait button. We wait, we wait, we wait. Is this game less about turn taking and more about building initiative? Like, is there a max to how much initiative you can gain at any point? Initiative is a mechanic it looks like I'm going to need to look into a little bit more, because the sphere indicates that maybe all of your initiative can be used up all at once or dispelled or otherwise lost because of this creature. Very interesting. And then all enemies positioned on tiles adjacent to this creature get their morale reduced by -3. That feels like a lot. Okay, these guys are pretty tough. I don't know if these are upgraded or not, but 66 hit points. Yeah, these guys feel pretty okay. So, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to wait for now. Going to see if I can get... Did you just cross the entire battlefield in one go? Who are you? Kind of hate you a little bit. We're going to do 126 damage here just with our sword. 80 damage with the magic bolt, or we just, stab you. Jeez. So much damage because we have the 5% bonus damage with the jousting bonus. Let's see if we can kill 2 of these nightmares here. We do kill 2. That means that hopefully peasants and conscripts and archers are going to finish these gentlemen off. Okay, but we did lose a couple griffins. No, just lost the conscript. Huh. So, not that tough. Huh. Not that tough, are you? Horned Overseers, another tier 2 creature, I do believe. And 50 of them. Very, very nice of them to join up like this. I'm going to see if I can do the battle dive. And I'm going to slowly kill these gentlemen. Is there any reason for me not? I don't know. Is there any reason for me to try and play keep away with these gentlemen? You don't want them to get close to you and then explode. I know that. Is it best to only fight them with only one creature then? Kind of like how in Heroes 2 or Heroes 3 or Heroes 1, you would avoid the Hydra because you didn't want to take multiple instances of damage? Possible. Okay, so Griffins are back, and we're going to do so much damage here with our jousting bonus. 28 dead creatures, nothing on the retaliation there. We took 7 points of damage. Ooh, very scary. It's not that bad. I think we're going to survive that. Yeah, tell you what, it feels like the bulk of the Knight faction is based off of a couple of key principles. Number one, keep your ranged creatures alive. You might as well do damage with them as often as you can. That just makes sense. So do damage with your ranged creatures, number one. Number two, it looks like Griffins and your Cavaliers or Paladins are going to be massively important to just dishing out damage. And then you're going to use Conscripts and, your Footmen in the rear to try and keep them alive. To keep creatures alive and keep the peasants alive. You might as well keep peasants alive because they're worth gold if you do. So, oh. I did not realize that these were ranged creatures. They killed 8 somethings. They killed 8 something. A bit unfortunate. Maybe I just missed an opportunity there. Maybe I should have done my skill that adds to the initiative. Poison just did 75 points of damage to the Griffins. That's a lot of damage. That's a bunch. Huh. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to prevent damage onto my other ranged creatures. It'll depend on when this Griffin goes, but if the Griffin doesn't land pretty much right here, then we are going to take some damage from Cavaliers. There's the Battle Dive ability, 21 bonus damage, but the poison damage is ticking. I wonder if there's an easy way to prevent damage from sticking. Golly, 61 points of damage from the poison? That is intense. That is a lot. That is hefty. My goodness. I'm going to just kill these guys dead as quickly as I can. 8 at a time, whatever the case is. These Griffins are going to get out of the way so the Cavaliers can go. Are these peasants going to get into the fight? I'm kind of struggling to understand a little bit. Oh no. And I'm still blocking myself off. Poison does not kill another Cavalier, but it's close. We're going to wait one more time, and when this Griffin finally goes down, like there, yeah, then we're just going to suffer. Okay, so earlier I was giving the AI a bit of a tough time as I lose another Cavalier. I was giving the AI a bit of a tough time, being like, hey, game's not that hard. What do I have to learn about this? I'm not learning much in the battles. That's what I said. I take it back. Obviously, there's much I can still learn. And when we're talking about a strategy game, that's what you want. I don't really want to lose 9 Griffins and 2 of these Cavaliers, but I want to learn the depths and the intricacies of the game so I can say to myself, how do I prevent something like that from happening again in the future? So this is a time for maybe the experienced Heroes 5 players to say, Phixfox, you had good intentions, but here's where you failed. I think that I definitely was stepping all over myself with my large-bodied Griffins and the Cavaliers not getting in there to do any kind of damage. That was clearly an error. And certainly it was an error to not have the Griffins dive bomb right off the start. I didn't realize that these were ranged creatures, and especially that poison damage. Wow, that poison damage feels pretty bad. But again, let me know about other things I can do to improve. We are now level 20, by the way. Master of Abjuration grants mass effects to deflect missile and endurance spells, doubles the casting cost of these spells. Hero wastes only a halves of his current initiative to cast these spells. What? Hero sees +1 to any of these primary stats. Okay, but this comes back to the idea of initiative. So you can be a very effective hero and you can cast more spells depending on what you do to avoid losing your initiative. Yeah, initiative is a mechanic I need to do much more research into. Decreases damage dealt to your creatures and melee by 20%. I think I'd prefer to get this Master of Abjuration. Anytime you can get bonus spells or double spells, I think that you're feeling really good. Oh, for the first time we see that we can actually place creatures in the garrison. Let's have this one conscript just hang out here. Just be a pal. Make sure nothing bad happens to it. Still make me gold, at least 1 per day, but you're fine otherwise. Water Wheel provides a small amount of gold once per week. Cool. We have not seen it yet, but I do wonder, is it possible? Do we have water in Heroes of Might and Magic 5? There's boats and there's boat combat in Heroes 2, 1, 3, 4. I haven't seen any of that yet, but I'm gonna guess that there is water-based combat at some point. There just has to be, right? Okay, we've got a couple of things. Artifact merchants. Smugglers in this wagon can sell you some artifacts at a steep cost. I'm sure it's steep. Shrine of Magic Gesture. Learn a 2nd level spell. Quality. And then there's this. Hillfort allows you to upgrade creatures in your hero's army. Let's go check this out immediately. Hillfort, that can't possibly be bad. Wait. Oh, creatures already upgraded. I can go from Cavaliers up to Paladins. It's going to be pretty expensive, but we're going to do that. So we got Paladins now. We've got Peasants that are free to upgrade. And then Archers. Yeah, let's go from Archers into Marksmen. Cost us a hefty bit of gold, but I guess the Hillforts in Heroes 5 work in the way that they originally did for Heroes 3, where you can upgrade anything for a cost. And now, for the first time, we're really going to get to use our Paladins, our very powerful mounted forces. Extra 10 hit points, it looks like. Tons of morale here. And then they're going to have some new abilities. Lay Hands. Completely heal 1 unit from the target friendly stack. Dispel negative magical effects from the stack. I wonder if Poison counts as a magical, afflicting, sort of cursed thing that they can heal. And we can get all the way down the battlefield in 1 fell swoop. Oh, that's cool. We're going to wait. The damage I can do, I don't think is going to be worth the damage I would take if I sent my forces too far impetuously where they were not supported by my other troops. Let's do 1 big salvo from our other ranged creatures, and now let's dive on these creatures. So 3 of these Paladins are going to kill 23 of these Overseers. That was over 300 points of damage that these 3 Paladins did. Yeah, I think that we are just that tough. See if we can, again, kind of support these creatures from afar with range. By the way, when I upgrade to conscripts, do I lose anything? Like, do conscripts not make you 1 gold per day or something like that? I'm asking the question because I do believe that marksmen don't have a special ability. It's just like a passive ability where you'll do more damage if enemies are a little too close to you. But I wonder if, like the marksman and you lose the scatter shot ability with your archers, I wonder if perhaps peasants make you gold, but conscripts do not. I don't know the answer, but that's another kind of interesting thing. Questions. As Gandalf would say, questions that need answering. Of course, Ian McKellen, wonderful actor, and I hope that he, oh man, I hope that he just loves what he's done with Lord of the Rings. It's a pleasure to get to see him work. All right, we've got a couple of different things to look at. So we are off the main road, like decidedly off the main road. But then again, it kind of just filters out. No, it continues up this way. So we are off the main road. There are these Archdevils here, but it says that these are low danger. Tell you what, let's go find other stuff first. Redwood Observatory, for example. Let's go in this direction. There's a Shrine of the Second Thought. There's some Horned Demons. Let's pick up some other stuff and then we'll come back. And then we'll go up the main road. Let's explore. I'm here to explore. I'm here to adventure. Speaking of I'm here to adventure, for Twitch recently, I just upgraded some of my emotes. So take a look on Twitch next time you feel so inclined. And it's nice, there's a new type of emote that is available to everyone. And if you're subscribed, there's subscriber-specific emotes, and then there's also subscription emotes, rather not subscription, follower emotes. So if you are a follower on the Twitch channel, then you got some new stuff there. Tell you what, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not bad at Photoshop, although I do use GIMP instead, but it's kind of fun to see a nice animated GIF come together. It's nice to see some really cool little bits of Heroes of Might and Magic lore present in an emote. And as far as I'm aware, there's nobody who's really going to give me much grief for trying to keep the game alive and enjoy the artwork in that regard. Alrighty, and now, we've already learned Wasp Swarm, but we tried to pick it up again. Not too bad. And then let's come on over to this Artifact Merchant. Looks similar to the Junk Man from Horn of the Abyss. Looks like we could buy a 4-leaf clover for +1 luck. Ring of Lightning Protection. 50% reduced damage from lightning-based spells. That could be awesome. That could be really good. Necklace of the Bloody Claw. +1 damage to all creatures in the hero's army. So I think that someone was trying to tell me, and I forget the specifics, but I feel like this is actually really good for peasants and conscripts, like horde type of creatures where you have hundreds or thousands. I think that they were trying to tell me that for 1,000 peasants, that basically adds 1,000 damage total. For 5 paladins, it adds 5 damage. I think that that's what they were trying to tell me. I might be incorrect on that. Necklace of Victory adds +2 to the hero's attack and spell power. I like that. That's pretty cool. Golden Horseshoe, increased luck by 2. I think that we're probably going to walk out of here with this 4-leaf clover. Golden Horseshoe's cool. Unless it's part of a combinable artifact and there's another luck artifact out there, I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then this Lion Crown increases hero's morale and luck by 2. Okay, well that's super cool then. Let's just go for the small purchase here. We're still going to have 6,800 gold remaining, and then we're going to be just a little bit luckier. I don't know if I've gotten many instances of good luck so far or not. I just haven't really been able to pay attention and just notice it one way or the other. So excited to see that. Oh my goodness. Subterranean gate entrance transports the hero to the dungeon level of the map. Oh, to the dungeons, I say. Well, we'll come back after we go to the Redwood Observatory. That will be exceedingly fine for us. So, part of the map is revealed. It looks like on the other side of this, you can go up through here. Cerberus, treasure, crystals, another learning stone. Peasants. Ah, but the subterranean gate is so intriguing. I simply must go there. Let's go through these archers and grab their campfire and whatever treasures they might want to leave behind. We're going to leave these friends of ours. We're going to still gain the experience, which feels pretty okay. I don't think I'm missing anything here in the trees. Yeah, let's go through these gremlins. Let's go through them and let's go to the subterranean gate. A mistake? Almost assuredly. What fun? That's the real reason why we're doing it. Okay, Master Gremlins, by the way. I believe that these are ranged creatures. Yeah, half damage at range. And I think I had the unupgraded version of the Master Gremlins. I think that they are a little bit different than something we've seen before. Gremlins that have distinguished themselves on the battlefield may be awarded the rank of Master Gremlin. They are taught how to repair various mechanisms like ballistas, golems, etc. Cool. Wait a second. So the Horn of the Abyss unit, the engineer, was that borrowed from this? A low-level creature that can repair big, I don't know, creepy crawly things and other mechanical things. That's very interesting. Huh. I'll be excited to look into the Academy Town. But they are shooters, blocked, half damage than normal. Shooter cannot use a ranged attack when blocked by others. Good. And then repair. The creature can repair friendly mechanical creatures like golems and war machines once per combat. Very cool. Okay, well, we're not going to give them the opportunity to do much to us. We're just going to run as fast as we can. Oh, and we took some pretty heavy losses there. I'm a little bit confused. I thought that turn order said that Isabel was going to go next. I suppose not. Let's use the Divine Guidance. Let's make sure that our Paladins are going to get to go right now. If I was smart, I would have moved the Paladins from here to right about here. So that way they could get all of that jousting bonus all the way around. We're still going to do some good damage. Bonus damage for every hex traveled, but it could have been even better. Another instance where keep that in mind. We can get better for the future fights. This fight probably isn't going to matter too much, but if we did just hit auto combat, we might have missed that learning opportunity. So let's avoid that miss. Aha! I think that was an instance of good luck I just saw. I saw like a little kind of rainbow sort of thing over there. With good luck, we hit them. 112 damage dealt. I'm not sure what previous bits of damage dealt were. 176 from this group of 19, so that was pretty good. Oh, 176 with good luck too. Yeah, I'm not too sure how good luck is. I assume it just sort of doubles damage. Every other instance of good luck has always just doubled damage. So that's what I'm expecting out of this. 28 damage from these little gremlins. I feel so bad because we still have 37 hit points, and if I can fight them in this way, they're gonna get lambasted. You poor guys. I always do feel bad for the gremlins. They just seem like really nice sort of fellows, cunning and sly and mechanically inclined and all these things, but they are, after all, very frail level 1 creatures, and that does feel kind of bad for me. But I feel really good when I see that they're worth 3,200 experience. That feels great. Let's do that again. Okay, we're gonna go to the underground in just a second. These griffins do want to fight us. I don't know how positioning should really matter in this fight. Looks like we might as well fight as quickly as we possibly can with our 3 Cavaliers. Man, I wish I didn't lose any of those Cavaliers. Ah, that was such an error. Such an error on my part. Let's try and kill this one stack, and then we'll focus fire with our marksman on the other stack. And then this stack of Paladins is going to kill 6 to 9. It's going to kill 69? No. I said 6 to 9. That's different. And then it looks like the Griffins are preferring to fight the Conscripts over fighting Marksmen, which is an interesting insight into the way that the AI is prioritizing. They didn't even really try to encumber the ranged creatures, try and prevent them from attacking at range for full damage. It looked like they didn't really mind whether or not we were going to do that to them or not. So interesting insight, again, kind of into the way that the AI prioritizes fights. Looks like we picked up a gold mine, and I don't know what we're fighting here. 76 earth elementals. For the first time, folks, we see an earth elemental. That is cool. Ooh, I like that. So it's a neutral creature, or rather an unknown town, tier 4, 26 of them, 75 hit points each. There's 26. Oh, we're going to lose this fight. We're going to lose this fight. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. How fast are they? They're 5 speed? There's no way. Stone, or solid and unyielding as the rock and soil from which they come, earth elementals have 100% immunity to earth and 50% immunity to other forms of magic. So we're going to have to try and use the magic fist because it doesn't count for that magic immunity. Unlimited retaliations. These guys are just going to thwack you again and again. They are elemental. They cannot be poisoned, blinded, mind-related, can't be healed. Magic proof. Oh my goodness. No, this is too much. There's no way. I think that this must have been like an abandoned mine. And rather than have ghosts be the big scary force, it must be these creatures. Oh, never mind. They're not going to be that tough. Hold on. How is Isabella going to kill 227 hit points worth of these creatures? If they are very, very slow, and if I can feed them enough peasants, if I can feed them enough peasants, then maybe we're not going to have an issue. They're going to move pretty far. This feels bad. They're going to move really far. And I feel like they're going to hit really hard. Okay, let's move our peasants up. 2 stacks of 39, and then we got the one bigger stack. We're going to wait one more time with the Paladins. Damage from range. And then the stack of 139 is going to skip. And they still haven't taken their turn. What is with you guys? They're just standing there menacingly and losing forces. Oh, there they go. Okay, so now I feel obligated to attack, so that way I can get this retaliation off of them. 39 peasants seems like a small price to pay. Where was the retaliation? I did not see them retaliate against the peasants. I had 39 peasants, and I still have 39 peasants. Did they choose... Oh, no, they have unlimited retaliations. But they didn't kill a conscript. Did the conscripts bash? Are these guys bashed? How do I tell... How do I tell... Current status? You can click on the bar there. What just happened, bro? I must have attacked them, which is actually exactly what I wanted to do. Thankfully, I think that we can all see that I am going to win this fight, but I think that we're all kind of recognizing, unless I bash here, then I get walloped, that my level 20 hero is actually making this fight winnable, whereas otherwise I have no business fighting this fight at all. But because I am so big and so tough and so tanky, it's going to be fine. It just feels kind of bad. It felt like so many hit points. 26 times 75? That might be... I don't know if that's more hit points I've ever faced before, but it felt like it was quite a bit. Okay, I've got to try this real quick. I can heal for 5 hit points. I can heal for 3. I can heal for 2. I gotta see this in action. Heal the peasantry. That's a cool spell. That's a cool spell. I don't know if it was worth their time, but thankfully they're going to get to go before these creatures are actually over. So let's actually do it like this. I don't think I'm going to kill these guys with the marksman. I could kill 3. I killed 2. Now we skip. Or rather defend. And let's put these brutes down. Huh. I thought I was going to lose that fight, but instead I lose just 33 conscripts. 75 HP feels like a lot, but that is what happened. It was an abandoned mine, a gem mine nonetheless. And so now, is there a way... Oh, cool. So I can right click here and it'll tell me I get +2 wood per day, no ore per day, no mercury per day, 1 sulfur a day, 1 gem per day, and we're getting 1,200 gold per day because of this gold mine here. And I believe that my hero has basically estates. Suzerain. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's not do that again. Okay, let's do that again. This is a bad idea. And don't forget that we have to go down here, but for now. All right, what are we up against this time? 30. Oh, this looks way easier. Maybe not because of the liches. Yeah, liches might make this fight a little bit tougher. Oh no, I didn't spread my forces. Oh no. That's not good. Let's move the Paladins to right about here. So that way I can get into the liches next turn if I need to. Tons of damage. 4 stacks of creatures just took a beating. Ghosts are being kind of scary, but we killed 23 on the retaliation. They only did 40 damage. Yeah, we're fine there. Remember, ghosts and specters, they do have, well, they can completely ignore damage. I think it's like a 50% chance to completely ignore all damage, which feels a little excessive. I'm just saying, that feels like a lot. Okay. And then let's help out with these liches. I'm not going to worry about the ghoulie boys over here. What are they? Not ghoul. They're not ghouls. They're zombies. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the zombies for now. Somebody else is going to come up and deal with them. I feel like my paladin should be able to cast exorcism from afar. I say that as if this is Warcraft 2, and these are Death Knights and these are paladins, but I feel like I just need to hear the sound dong as the exorcism is cast from afar to damage these liches. Is there anything worse than having a unit that is meant to hard counter one of your favorite, very expensive units? I submit to you that no, there's very few things that are worse than that. Thankfully, I've got enough good things going for me that I'm not going to have to worry about that, at least until we play the Necromancer campaign. Then maybe things will change. It was 2 of the Marksmen, 20 of the Conscripts. Yeah, a couple of liches did quite a bit there. And then this is a Crystal Mine, so now we're just missing... ore. Yeah, we are just missing ore. I wonder if I missed ore anywhere else. Okay, we're going to come back for the Shrine of the first level incantation. Is this a bad decision? Is this a good decision? Oh, I don't know, but here we are down in the cavern, and the vibe is instantly different. Immediately, this feels like Golem is going to come out of the cave here and just try and strangle us. What does it have in its pockets, precious? By the way, question worth asking, at what age should a father read Lord of the Rings to their children? I want to know. I'm very interested to find out. Oh, by the way, somebody told me that you can mess up and you can not have forces participate in the battle. If, for example, the Paladins were in this bar, apparently they just don't participate in that battle. Now, strategically, there could be some advantages to that. Alternatively, I could see that being a really bad deal where you accidentally misclick or you just make an error, and then you lose a fight that you otherwise had every business winning. That feels good to have tactical opportunities, but much like Phixfox using closed formation, we better be pretty careful. Otherwise, that could absolutely come back to bite us. So let's be smart. Okay, it looks like the enemies here have actually made a little bit of a wall for me to have to deal with. I'm gonna try to go this way. I kill 5 of these little Dark Riders. They look like they're riding little velociraptors. Cutest little velociraptors you ever saw. And then I can kill 3 to 5 here. I can kill all 4. I can kill 3. Let's try and kill 3 to 5. We kill 4 of these Dark Riders in this direction. 63 HP left. We're doing just fine. We do kill 2 Dark Riders there. And with their superior poking ability, the Dark Riders kill a bunch of Conscripts. The Paladins are holding their own. The Conscripts are holding their own too. And then it's going to be Isabel that finishes off this final Dark Rider. She's doing 121 points of free damage every single fight. Feels like a lot. She must be just really good. Okay, and then there is... Oh, is that a Hydra? That's got to be a Hydra, doesn't it? Okay, we're gonna come back for that in a moment. There's a Shrine of Magic Thought. guarded by some shadow matriarchs, 5 of them. I'm going to have to check to see what level of creatures they are. I'm assuming that they're kind of dungeonish, but I know nothing about them. Shadow matriarchs. Shooter, caster, whip strike. And these are tier 6 creatures. Wow, these are like some big, beefy creatures. Shadow matriarchs are the ruling elite of the Dark Elf armies. If pressed into close combat, they use whips as weapons. They use whips as weapons. Cool whip. But prefer to rely on their much more potent magics. The matriarchs have more spells at their disposal than the witches. Cool. Okay, so this is the upgraded version. They're a shooter. They do damage, okay. Whip strike. There's a chance that during a melee attack, they can inflict slow, weakness, or frenzy. And then they are a caster, and they have some other spells that they can use. Mana reserve is limited, but always set to a maximum at the beginning of combat. Again, I wish I knew what the spells were. We haven't really been able to tell, unless it's these spells that are included with the whip strike. The slow, the weakness, and the frenzy. Something tells me that I should doubt that, though. Oh my goodness, for the first time we see that poor terrain is kind of an issue here. We're going to wait. We're going to hope that these guys don't obliterate us. Oh, they cast slow on these peasants. Now, what does that do? That does just reduce the initiative. It was at 5, or it's at 5 now. I guess base level is 8. So, Divine Guidance, turns come 33% faster. Let me just see if I can counteract the slow with the Divine Guidance. Oh, okay. So the initiative is still slower. Initiative is still slow, but they do get to move now. And then they can get out of the way of these gentlemen here. Oh, and now now you guys are slowed. Slowed, defense, leadership. Okay, but the slow, and it lasts 4.96 turns. So it lasts 5 turns, and the game kind of keeps track of that itself. Very interesting, because there's no set rounds, like round 1, round 2, round 3, and initiative can make you fight multiple times in the same quote-unquote round. Then this is actually going to be pretty important to keep track of. Huh. But we keep the initiative, so maybe I can heal myself. Let my creatures do damage from range. And then, can I heal myself? Nope. Ah, we tried. We tried. And then right-click clears it. Okay. So we're still very much slower than we'd like to be. But maybe next time Isabel gets a chance to do something fun, she can prevent major issues. By the way, 53 out of 90 HP. So these creatures do have 90 HP. It seems like a pretty healthy chunk. But they're just slowing everybody? That can't be optimal, can it? Maybe there's a strategy that I'm not understanding. Maybe later they have an ability whereby any slowed creatures just get destroyed instantly. I don't know. Oh, they're walking to attack conscripts? Oh, lady, you just got wasted. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Interesting. I feel like this kind of highlights a very important thing that you do seem to find in many Heroes of Might and Magic games, but not all. Shadow Matriarch hits them for 26 damage, so that was just a ranged attack. Okay. The idea being that neutral creatures are inherently weaker than they otherwise would be, just because each unit should have some strengths and weaknesses. And if they're not supported by other troops that can cover up those weaknesses and support them, and they can really fill their role on the battlefield, then they're just going to be inherently weaker. Okay. Let's see. Each spell belongs to one of 5 circles of magic. A hero may learn and cast spells of a certain circle only if he has a skill in the corresponding school of magic. So this is Shrine of Magic Thought. Spell Phantom Forces cannot be learned. It requires basic summoning magic. Okay. So we would need the summoning magic in order to do that. I think it was offered to us at one point. We just didn't take it. So we could have Phantom Forces. Maybe that's a good spell. Something tells me that that's probably okay anyway. All right, and these are Hydras. These are Hydras. There's 23 of them. It says it's a low danger. I'm assuming it's because we're just that tough. But the question for me is really truly this: what are they guarding? We see for the first time, oh gosh, these guys are cool looking. Tier 5 dungeon creatures. Hydras are another race of the underground creatures tamed and enslaved by the Dark Elves. Their origins are unknown, although they seem to be related to dragons, in spite of their very limited intelligence and lack of magic power. However, Hydras are incredibly strong and their multiple heads can strike simultaneously at different opponents. So AoE attack, no enemy retaliation, and they've got the Enrage ability, so if creatures die, they get stronger. 3-headed attack, okay, so kind of in the front, but 3 enemies at a time. 80 hit points, and then Deep Hydras are the upgraded version. Older than the others, they have 6 heads instead of 3. They can deal both more damage and strike more enemies. 6-headed attack. All adjacent tiles do get attacked. And they regenerate. Creature restores its health by 30 to 50 HP each turn. What determines whether it's 30 versus 50 HP? Is that just how many creatures there are on the stack? Cool. I like that, but I'm also terrified. We're going to wait. Yeah, we're going to try and stay alive. At least these Hydras are going to get to go in a second. So let's see how many of these creatures we can kill. Why are we doing 251 points of damage? That feels like a ton. Feels like so many. Creatures are going down. The peasants are revolting. Yeah, before they were revolting and now they're just rebelling. And I think we actually want to wait one more turn so that way these creatures go and then we get the most beneficial turn order here. There's 1, there's 2. Now let's kill 1 to 2 here. Boof. We got 1. Ooh, that was a fearsome looking attack. How much damage was just dealt to us? Only 21 points of damage, but the attack animation looks awesome. Very cool. I wonder if there's like a special indicator that helps you realize that the creature is regenerating. Whenever that 30 to 50 HP comes on into play, I do want to know about it when it happens. Let's get one more really nice bit of damage off. We do. We kill that whole stack. Cool. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. You know what I just realized? If you look at the turn order, my Paladins are going to get the opportunity to strike, and then run again. So, wow, speed and morale is so good. Speed and morale is so good. This is awesome. Uh-oh. Might have left myself open to a little bit too much damage there. Oops. Oh, but now I've got the single stack that can just hang out here. Sure, why not? And then there will be a retaliation here. Let's just get this retaliation off. For the low cost of 8 peasants. They did their job. They know who they are. They know what they did. Oh, and for the first time I'm going to do full damage, and I believe that we're going to get this precise shot. Remind me how this precise shot works. When shooting at close range, less than 3 tiles from the target, creatures inflict heavier damage because the target's defenses are not as effective. So this should be it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 17 marksmen just killed 3 of these Hydras. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see if we can kill this last one here. Oh, you did your best. You were very close. I'm very proud of you, gentlemen. Okay, 79 HP. These Paladins are unstoppable. Best upgrade I ever could have given them. And I'm just embarrassed that 121 of those poison-wielding dungeon freaks killed so many of them. I definitely want somebody in the comment section to show up and say, hey, put some respect on those dungeon freaks' names. the troglodyte forces didn't win these wars in other Heroes games just so that way you could embarrass them in your YouTube video. Okay, that was a cool fight. That was really fun. And again, I learned in that fight how the Paladins, I can kind of abuse speed. One of the favorite strategies in Heroes 3, for example, with the Archdevils, if you can get a force field up and you can find a little pocket of terrain, you can go to the safe spot, you can wait, you can attack, and then you can return to the safe spot, and then you're basically untouchable with these creatures that have no retaliation, and they're just mowing enemies down. I feel like we're able to do something similar as far as multiple attacks and turn order. I know that it's not quite the same thing, but it feels pretty nifty. I feel like I'm having a great time with this. The knight receives special combat ability to temporarily raise the morale, initiative, attack, and defense of its troops. A new ability? Or do we just want the passive ability of Vitality, which increases the HP of all your creatures by 2? I'm going to go with Vitality. I mean, I still got enough peasants that should be useful. And we have a new artifact, Boots of Magical Defense. We're going to take a look at what that is in just one moment. And then Alchemist Lab Capture. That's going to be another 1 unit of Mercury per day. What is this? There's a garrison. Danger is normal? Well, I can't possibly say no to that. All right, we do have... Where is it? Here we go. Grants the heroes 10% magic resistance. Does the rest of my army get the magic resistance too, or just my hero? I know that that's not what they meant, but I'm just being silly here. One of my favorite recent YouTube videos I've ever seen, it's a young person, and they're trying to tell their dad how to do something. And the kid's school assignment is make great directions so a family member can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so the kid says, get the loaf of bread, open the bag, put your hand into the bag, take out 2 pieces of bread, put the 2 pieces of bread on a plate next to each other. And you have to be very specific, because if you're not specific, of course, then people aren't going to follow your directions. You and I both know how things are supposed to go. Like, we understand. Uh-oh. I can do that? No, I cannot. We both understand generally what people mean when they say, put some bread on the counter, put some peanut butter and jelly on it, and you're good to go. Like, we have the experience. But in science, where you're teaching somebody like the scientific method and how you can do reproducibility when it comes down to experiments and stuff. Anyway, it's that experience, that kind of learning process. And this kid bursts into tears when the kid says, put the knife in the peanut butter, and the dad puts the knife into the peanut butter handle first. Instructions can be hard to follow. Speaking of which, somebody mentioned to me that in this screen I should be able to actually like split my forces a little bit. Is that possible? If I'm trying to hit shift left click, no, shift left click. What if I do it like this? Hold on. What if I do that? And now I can split them here. This is a game changer. Being able to see the terrain beforehand, to adjust your forces and like adjust them accordingly. This is not a small thing. This is a big deal. So I'm very happy for this. We are dealing with wraiths, it looks like. I think this is the first time we've ever seen wraiths. Ooh, these look pretty cool. Tier 6 Necropolis units, 100 HP each. Wraiths are death itself. Nothing can endure their chilling touch and survive. Any enemy creature that fights them is drained of its soul substance. That seems terrifying. 11 initiative, 6 speed. Again, 100 HP. They're undead, immune to stuff, and then harm touch. What a great name. When this creature attacks, it always kills 1 unit in any enemy detachment. I hate that. It's like the Vorpal sword ability from the Pit Lords. I hate that. Everybody said that the Mighty Gorgon was such a cool unit. Oh yeah, that we then should make that mechanic available on multiple units? No, don't do that to me. It also dispels any positive magical effects currently affecting the aim. Huh. And then what's this? Okay, so whites, and so the Wraith looks like it's the upgraded version. Yeah, this has more HP, more damage. Whites are tormented souls thirsty for revenge on all living creatures, immune to mind control, immune to bless. Well, we're gonna wait, and look how fast they are. It's scary. How much damage do we do? We can kill 1 at a time with Isabel. Is there a better spell to cast, first of all? The damage here doesn't look like it's gonna be that good. Is Divine Guidance best? Tell you what, we do 1 Divine Guidance here on our big beefy Paladins, then maybe they can kill again and again and again. Maybe I can bounce from here to here to here to here, killing multiple creatures again and again. One dies there. 68 damage on the retaliation. That's not good. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. I think we got to attack where we can, don't you think? 30 conscripts die? Because they're going to be here in just a minute. We can't help it. Maybe we kill one of these creatures here. We do, thankfully. I'm going to keep the conscripts back to try and save these creatures the grief. 41 HP. I don't think we can... Well, let's try to do 41 HP. We did 32. We can't reach over here because I stepped up with the conscripts. So if we attack here, we kill one. If we attack here, maybe we kill two. If we attack here, we definitely kill two. We're going to lose a Cavalier in just a second. Oh, but the retaliation's gone. Oh, but then we get... This is totally not good. Oh, this is not good. They said it was normal difficulty and damage. Yeah, I must have misplayed horribly at some point. Simply must have. Okay. Let's keep the creatures alive as much as we can. 3 HP on the Paladin. Goodness. Let's keep the Paladins alive so that way my main hero can just blast these gentlemen from afar. Run! And let's move the conscripts around. Maybe we can wall in these wraiths. Everybody defend. I can kill one white potentially. Let's give it a shot. I do kill one. I get the good luck. That feels wonderful. Let's try and do full damage here. Let's see if these wraiths come back for this 3 HP. They do. Marksman goes down. Cavaliers goes down. I like this. I know I'm losing, but I do like this a lot. I truly do. Okay. And then let's just do full damage where we can. 0 to 1. Enemy killed. 53 points of damage. 47 HP to kill this gentleman. And then these two conscripts should be able to deal with this stack here. And then these guys are going to be on the wrong side of the battlefield for a moment or two. Maybe I'm not giving conscripts their due. Maybe these guys are way better than I thought that they are. I mean, they're still here. Oh, maybe we defend. Maybe we just defend so that way we have the most stats while my primary hero just kills one of these guys at a time. Let's kill 2 here. If you can kill 2, you might as well kill 2. Okay, marksmen are down. What's the defend going to do for us? Skips the creature's turn in exchange for additional defenses. Let me just check this. Currently, defense is 17, 4 out of 8 HP. So if I defend, 18 up to 22. That seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Let's just defend twice. Oh, how many die here? Okay, so we're losing 14 peasants at a time. We're going to kill two whites here. I think we're going to survive, but I don't like this at all. Let's just defend again. Oh, and that time we didn't get the chance to defend before the high initiative enemy got to us. 47 HP, 93. Let's kill one right here. And I don't know, maybe defending is not the play. I can kill one here, so I will. It seems like a bad idea to not kill one where you can kill one. Oh, 9 are dying at a time. No retaliation here. So let's attack where there's no retaliation. 63 HP. Come on, Isabel. I really need you to get into the fight a little bit quicker. 17 HP. They're going to both get to go. But we got to do so much damage to this big stack. Let's bring this down from 3 to 2. Maybe we kill one of the retaliation. Oh, geez. The terrain saved my bacon there in a huge way. And then we defend. We slice. We dice. We survive. How poetic is it that at the very beginning of this game, I said, oh, this is not a big deal. Like, what do I have to learn from combat? Clearly, Phixfox has an awful lot to learn about combat, and I'm grateful to get humbled immediately. Immediately. So, can I complete the scenario at this point? That's a question. And is this cartographer truly going to be worth it? An old cartographer who once was a famous traveler can sell you a copy of his maps. At this point, you better give this to me. Buy a map of the underground for 4,000 gold. This is what I'm here for. Okay. Monolith 2 ways. Imp Crucible. Is that another garrison? Not getting through that anytime soon. Howling Kennels. Arc Devils, there's a pack. No chance. No chance. There's an arena. Aha. Bone Dragons. Cool. Very cool. Huh. Shrine of Magic Thought. Crypt for Undead Warriors. But you do get treasure if you defeat the Guardians. Subterranean Gate exit. So there's one here, and there's another subterranean gate over there somewhere. Arc Liches. Graveyards. Huh. Okay. And a ruined tower for ghost growth. Plus a Trident of the Titans enhances lightning-based spells by 50%. Well, I don't know if this was worth 4,000 gold and all of my forces, but we've now taken the cartographer. That seems good. That seems bad, actually. We wanted to go off-roading because I assumed I was just going to be that tough. We might have needed to stay on the road, and by deviating from our path, we might have put ourselves in a really bad spot. This does not feel good, just in case you're wondering how I feel about it. Okay, but we do have peasant hovels in the background. There's 44 here. There's 66 here. And we can turn those peasants into conscripts back up here somewhere at the Hillfort. I feel like we are obligated to go into this direction to pick up whatever other dwellings we can possibly find. Oh, and there's a Shrine of the First Circle here. Pick up this spell. We just learned Weakness. Good or bad, I'm not too sure. I'm sure it's a good spell. They're all good spells, Phixfox. Come on. Causes the selected creature or enemy unit to inflict less damage in combat. Spell power determines the duration of the effect. Good, good. And then maybe we find more peasants and such over in this direction. And then once I've kind of flagged this dwelling, then I'm able to... Oh, wow. Then I'm able to move forward from there. 9 pit lords. Are they... I assume that they're guarding these creatures. I assume that I can pick up these Cavaliers if I can defeat these Guardians. I assume that that's what that is. We'll come back in a second. I don't think I'm going to run into anybody that's going to kill me. I'm going to go as far as I can. Yeah, and this is it. This is as far as I can go without fighting more forces. So, we are obligated to hit end turn a couple of times as we head back. So, end turn, run. By the way, it is Week of the Worm. I haven't been checking this, but I do believe that this is pretty useful information. Oh, we got a dolmen there that we missed. Week when the weekly worm production used to double before they were totally exterminated. Well, that's good then. If they're, I mean, that means that I don't have to worry about them. I guess. I'll be grateful that there's no extra dragons that can do me even more harm at this point. All right. So we are about to pick up a couple more peasants here. 1,000 gold from the well. And thankfully at this point, when I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit, when I know what my plan is, I'm moving fairly fast. I don't think I'm moving like so fast, but I'm moving faster anyway. In fact, the autosave is taking maybe the majority of my time per turn. Am I best off to go up the road? Maybe I'll find something along the road that can help. I do not know. I do want an ore mine, by the way. Having not had an ore mine yet, I'm getting a couple bits of resources from the other types, but I'm not getting ore. 66 peasants. We don't need wells. Man, you know things are going bad when you're saying to yourself, boy, am I glad to see you peasants here. I can't think of a single Heroes game where that's ever been a good thing to see or say. But maybe there's a first time for everything. I say maybe, as if it's not true. We're about to hit a new week. So I probably should have stopped by those stables since I was right there. But let's go to this far corner and then we're going to work our way out from here. So, it's a new week. This week is the week of disease. 2/3 of all creatures and dwellings die? That was bad timing. That was a lot of peasants I just lost. Huh. That was bad timing. So you're telling me you got unlucky. As I've said before, when I think about luck in Heroes games, there is totally a degree of luck. There absolutely is. But generally, you can avoid getting bad luck by just being smarter and doing more correct decisions before you run into that issue. I haven't really entered the sanctuary yet. I'm going to do so now. Allows the hero to take place in this holy spot. You know what? Just hang out. Have a good day. But now I do need you to leave. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Thankfully, I guess that we had come back at the right time. We didn't actually lose nearly as many peasants as we could have. We're currently rocking an army of 439 peasants. Those are going to turn into conscripts pretty quickly and pretty effectively, I believe. So we're going to do that in just a moment or two. Just call me the Peasant King. And ought I to go... I mean, I've mentioned this before. Ought I to go through these succubuses? I think I'll take heavy losses if I try. Let's go get archers, and then let's go through the other direction. Off the beaten path. This is a good opportunity to be at peace, to stop, and to notice that the ambiance is wonderful. The sounds are at no point offensive, which is wonderful. And the music is heavenly. Not done by Paul Romero, but I can't have everything I want in life. So I won't hold that against the people that did make some beautiful music. Although I do have to tell you that I'm very happy to report that it is going to be Paul Romero and the Heroes Orchestra that's going to be involved with the project for... what's it called? Olden Era? Yeah. I heard that news and my day immediately got better, because there was some indication that that might not end up happening until it did. And that would have been a big mistake. Huge mistake. I'm sure that the music in the other Heroes games is wonderful and fantastic, regardless of how you feel about Paul Romero's music or not. But I think it's wonderful. I think he's wonderful, and I'd prefer to have more of that in my life if I can possibly help it. I don't know why I think I can beat these Archdevils. It says that the danger is low. I am going to come back with bigger forces, because I think if I defeat those Pit Lords, that the Cavaliers behind them will join me. It just feels like that's what's going on there. It wasn't weak of the Cavalry, so I just don't see that being like a gotcha sort of a moment. And so long as my main hero can do tons of damage, we're going to be okay. Oh, we're only going to kill 4 at a time. Tell you what, let's actually make sure that we do our divine guidance on our big stack of the peasants, and we're going to try and crowd around them, so that way they don't get attacked by this other stack that's about to come up in just a moment. So we're going up, we're going in. Stay alive, big stack. Stay alive. Although it looks like I just set myself up for a really nice hit from these three-headed monstrosities. Nice job, Phixfox. Yeah. Oh no. I did not anticipate that. How many did we just lose? Did we just lose like, 11? I just lost 11 of those marksmen. That's so bad. Oh, that's so bad. Devastation. Huh. Okay. Well, it looks like when you attack a creature that it actually loses some amount of initiative, by the way, which seems odd, but I think that's what I just saw kind of happen, because I thought that these hell puppies were going to go before this big stack of conscripts, but then they didn't for whatever reason. And I'm wondering if when you do a retaliation, that eats up some of your initiative. 76 of these Cerberus go down, but it cost us a lot of our ranged creatures. Ugh. And for what? For some experience? Not for anything good, I can tell you that. All right, let's hope that these Cavaliers are going to want to join us in just a moment. Especially if there's this sort of might behind it, that couldn't be too bad. Week of the Swallow. Swallows return, sometimes carrying coconuts. I said it before, I'll say it again. Monty Python references in my Heroes of Might and Magic game. I'm going to swap up forces a little bit like so. Okay, yeah, like this. I really love this feature. Being able to adjust this mid-game is so nice. Let's do it like that. And we're going to try and use the power of single stacks to do so much damage. But before I do, let's do this Divine Guidance on the biggest stack of Conscripts. I just want my power stack to be super good. And let's try and get some more of that juicy initiative. Let's step in front so that they don't get dead. What did you just do? What is that? Oh, you're spellcasters. Oh, I forgot. I was so focused on the Vorpal sword that just Gorgon death stares people to death that I forgot that these pit lords actually are a little bit more complicated than that. Good thing we've got those boots of magical resistance. My goodness. Okay, well, that has happened. That has happened. These things do happen. So we can do 20 damage there. We can do, retaliation strikes aren't going to be helpful yet. Weakness, I don't think weakness actually stops the damage from, like, spells. Just going to thumb through my spell book and see if I can find anything useful. I don't think I can find anything useful. Yeah, nothing useful yet. Can you double up on the Divine Guidance? I'm guessing not. It's already permanent. Turns are already coming faster. Tell you what, we need to get some damage off. Let's start doing damage. One of these gross scaly boys at a time. Huh. We're definitely going to win. Through the power of friendship and 483 of these peasants. Conscripts. These cavalries behind here better be worth it. First off, they better join me. If I have to fight cavalries, if I have to fight these guys just to get the opportunity to fight cavalries in a second, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be very upset because this fight just cost me 71 and 17, which feels like a lot. These cavaliers better join. Hey! Phixfox read the tea leaves, and these 4 cavaliers join us. I needed that so badly, actually. That was kind of important. Because now, there's some other fights that I feel like I can take better that I otherwise would have missed out on. Anything where I have to get down the battlefield quickly, yeah, I like these troops a little bit better. So before we do anything else, we do need to go back. Oh, I probably should have picked up those peasants. Let's get these big, beefy creatures upgraded. My goodness. There you go. Into Paladins. Oh, and we do have archers still remaining over here. Must have been a new week. Yep, it was a new week. Okay. Back and forth, back and forth. There's probably a better way of doing this. Whatever it is, I'm not too sure. And at this point, you know what? Back and forth, not being effective with my movement points at all. Thankfully, I don't think it matters, and we do have logistics, but as I'm doing that, it feels like with so much gold, I might as well come back here. It looks like this has changed. This is all changed. +2 to the hero's primary stats grants 20% magic resistance to the hero's army. This Armor of the Forgotten, we can buy it. I feel like we should. Increases morale for the Cape of Lion's Mane. All-Seeing Crown allows us to see further. Necklace of the Lion, Evercold Icicle. I'm going to do it. I'm going to drain my bank account. I have 737 gold left, but boy, do I have the Armor of the Forgotten, which seems pretty cool. Yeah, let's see you try and cast spells at me now. It's a good thing we already upgraded our troops because we are out of gold. We're still getting some amount, but geez. Okay. On we go. It's a tutorial. We're not meant to lose. That is one of my favorite things to say, by the way, just in case you're ever wondering. The concept of you were not meant to fail here. Because I think that there's a lot of times where we don't give ourselves credit. And we think that, oh man, this horrible, terrible thing's about to happen. And yes, terrible, horrible things happen all the time. But also, there's a lot of times where, despite things being horrible and terrible, we're not meant to just suffer through life. I'm pretty sure that we're meant to kick butt and chew bubblegum. That's my goal anyway. Okay. I don't think I just blocked myself off from these 408 peasants, conscripts. I don't think. Yeah, I did not. Okay, good. Let's kill 2 to 3 of these big, hefty creatures. I think that was a bash that we just saw come through. Yep. So we bashed. And then 70 HP left. Oh no, these 5 are going to get a big swipe off on whoever they want to. One of our paladins goes down. Run, my lord. Let the conscripts do it. Somebody pointed out to me, it was probably my dad, pointed out to me that there's been very few problems in human history that couldn't be solved by just throwing more manpower at the problem. For example, the pyramids. How did the pyramids get completed? Long story short, slave labor. It gets shit done. That joke, shamelessly stolen from my dad, who I believe shamelessly stole it from the internet. Are you sensing a pattern here? Are you sensing a pattern here? We've got the one more paladin. I just want him to survive. I don't care what else happens. Just survive, buddy. 17 conscripts. Conscripts are just a little big ball of meat. I say little big ball. No, they are a big ball of meat. And they're putting out damage for me. The paladins aren't surviving, but these guys sure are. Oh, no. Wait a second. This is a monolith 2-way. In fact, I believe... How do I go underground? I'm guessing that that's this monolith 1-way. My friend, I have need of you. Please, will you find it in your hearts to join me in this quest? Sweet. And for the first time, I get to play with angels. That's super cool. Okay, so this is my 7th tier creature. That's pretty cool. And this, I believe, is upgraded. Angel and Archangel. So 222 HP. Very nice. Almost 50 attack, almost 50 defense. We're doing 50 damage, one way or the other. Greater even than the angels are the archangels. As lieutenants of Elrath, they are blessed with the supreme power of resurrecting champions who have died in combat and giving them another chance to serve their lord. It can be resurrected itself. It flies, and we resurrect people. killed allied detachment once during combat, provided the location where the detachment was killed is not occupied by another creature. Super cool. Super cool. Oh, and actually, hold on. Let me just check this out. What's that say? The something. I'm not sure what that says, but there is some writing on the hem of the cloak. It's pretty cool. All right, with this new angel, for the first time we're going to go through a monolith. That was a really cool animation. I like that. We're going to go through this tattered flag, and I'm going to assume that my one angel is the coolest creature you ever saw. It definitely has got to be cool enough to deal with all these imps. Run, you foolish imps. Doom has come to you at this time. And you're going to just have a really bad time. Although I'm going to have no mana by the end of this as well. Ouch. Okay. I don't think that... Wait, are they about to kill the Paladin? I might be losing the Paladin in a second. How much damage is getting done here at a time? 15 damage? 15 times 5 stacks, 6 stacks? If it's 6 stacks, then yeah, I'm about to lose this Paladin, possibly. Hey, that just means I get the opportunity to resurrect them. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what we're going to do. We're going to resurrect the crap out of that guy. Yeah, maybe I just... Oh man, maybe I needed more than just one Paladin. Probably should have kept him alive, shouldn't I? Oh well. All right, let's see. There is 19 HP left. I can heal for 83 points of... I can heal for 83. Tell you what, let's just attack. Let's just do damage. Oh. And then if the Paladin does die, I will just resurrect him before the next bit of combat. 8 of these imps goes down. Still alive. The Conscripts are going to take a little bit of damage. Oh no! And the Angel knows what the Angel needs to do now. Conscripts cannot end the fight. If they end the fight, we don't get to resurrect. Archangels can revive the dead. Use their resurrect ability on a stack of dead friendly creatures. This can be done once during battle. That's a big pickup. I wish that I'd had at least 2 Paladins, just because I need to know how many HP worth of creatures an Archangel can resurrect. That's interesting information for me to know. Whoa, there's 400 familiars here? I'm already out of spell points anyway, aren't I? I won't worry about it. Whatever treasure they're guarding, I just want it. And all of our mana, 34 mana at a time. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna get the Paladins into the fight because I believe that they will still be able to be resurrected every time. It sounds like at the beginning of each round of combat, your creatures are able to start with fresh skills. I guess if this is impassable terrain here, I can attack here or I can attack here. I can attack up here and here. And then Conscripts in the other side of the map. Oh, never mind. This is just bad terrain for beefy 2-hex units. And then to here. 14 HP. Wow, so we're actually taking a bit of a beating. There's no retaliation here, though, so let's do what we can there. Angels actually lost a bunch of HP. These guys are not going to be able to get into the fight. Let's kill where we can. 28 of these creatures at a time. Aw. And how many conscripts? Only 14 conscripts goes down. Yeah, conscripts are still just that good. In fact, they're so good that let's divine guidance the conscripts. Because they can kill one full stack right here. I'm sure of it. Yeah. We resurrect our paladin friend. 97 damage dealt. There's going to be 3 HP left. Oh no, but they're going to get to go again. No! Okay. Well. Phixfox once again being a little too cavalier with his forces. I'm laughing because it hurts. Man, these poor paladins are never going to trust me. So sad. Okay, Master of Blessings, Expert Light Magic. I think I'm still going to go with this Master. Anytime you can master something, that just seems like the right play. All that this was here was experience and other stuff. Uh-oh. Did we max out on experience? I think we've maxed out on experience. Okay, and there's still so much game left to be played. Okay, but we can get into these Howling Kennels. Okay, so there's a way this direction and that direction. No forces guard here. An arena. Let's just go to the arena first, and then we'll come back for the Hellhound's Kennel. Maybe I should have gotten it before it was Week of the Hellhound. Do you think I should have? I think I should have. We'll call that a missed opportunity. How about that? Okay, but here in the Underground, let's pick up the 2 defense. I'm guessing with tons of conscripts that any amount of extra survivability you can add to those big stacks is going to help you in a lot of ways. Maybe for that reason, it really is going to be most useful for this faction to focus on defense over attack. Perhaps not, though. Pit Fiends, it says it's low danger even with 18 of them. I don't see how that's possible. Well, the conscripts. The conscripts are still just so powerful. Okay. And then the angels can't really cross the whole battlefield in one go. Let's just go to the center of the battlefield. I think that these conscripts are going to get blasted. Yeah. Oh, wait. And are we taking bonus damage? That was a little bit interesting. It looks like we were just taking bonus damage a second ago. Do not lose the angel. 188 HP. Okay. And we are into these guys. Like so. Okay, damage. Oh, it's like a bouncing shot. Cool. But also not cool. I really need this angel to stay alive. 97 HP. Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna move. Isabella is gonna do her divine guidance here now. This is gonna kill one more full stack. It's gotta be this stack now. Oh! Misclick. Misclick. Okay, because there's 43 HP. Let's kill this stack of... I still want to kill this big stack here, but this stack is about to go. We'll do it like this. We'll kill here. Angel's going to have to go back down. And yeah, let's do it like this. Really need these angels to stay alive. That's going to help, though. It's going to help an awful lot. 39 HP. Is there a way? Let's see. I can maybe weakness these shooters. Yeah, I can weakness. Let's do the weakness, and maybe that'll help. I'm guessing that weakness only affects melee damage. I cannot believe I've lost an Archangel. That's so totally not good. And now we do have this, oh great, Scale Mail of Enlightenment. Well, that's not really necessary. Pit Fiends though, +1 to our spell power. First level spell. I'm just wasting all my forces on what? Treasure? Boots of Swift Journey? It's not really necessary. None of this is necessary. Maybe over here? The Imp Crucible, I mean, more troops are always good. More troops are always good. We're going to go back. Yeah, because I just don't see the need to exhaust myself for these +1s. Okay. I was flying so high. Oh, Hellhounds want to join. That's a great start. Let's do more of that, actually. And that's just unfortunate that they didn't want to join me there. Okay. But yeah, I was flying so high and now I'm just like so sad. Like my IRL morale, my in real life morale is much lower now just because my angels are gone. Feels bad, man. Feels really bad. Okay. Well, let's try and keep the little hellhounds alive. Cerberus are coming. I think that they're going to do a really good job in taking a bite out of me. Let's do our divine guidance on our big stack of conscripts. We're going to have them just wait. Everybody else is going to take a step up. I might as well get damage off where I can with the hellhounds. We kill 10, we lose 1, which is great. I think I could step up into this little section here and step up into here, and that can prevent major losses. Just that first hit onto the conscripts is what I'm wanting to avoid. Looks like I'm going to get that opportunity here. We kill all 23 of these Cerberus. Hellhounds are still taking some damage. Oh, and even when we do take damage, we're not losing a lot of these conscripts, so that's fine by me. Okay. Gonna lose a single stack there for fun. Stack of 12 here. Still killing 2. And then I feel like retaliation strike here. Every time the conscripts retaliate, I think I'm okay to have my hero Isabel also retaliate. We have lost the hellhounds, which we're all very sad about. I'm going to wait on the single stack here. Yeah, there's that retaliation. Cool, man. Cool. Let's kill this big stack of... 20-something. Let's kill 19. I should have spread the damage around a little bit better there. I didn't realize it was Isabel's turn. And for some reason, the single stack's going to take the hit there. We're losing the battle when it comes to avoiding losses. We have less than 300 conscripts remaining. As soon as the conscripts start to celebrate, they realize that there's nobody but them left on this battlefield. It's them and Isabel. But the hellhounds that joined us, they did a pretty good job for us when they were there. Let's see if we have to fight any guardians. We do not. I see no reason why I ought not to purchase these troops. Maybe these ones here are going to want to join me as well. Let's try it. They do want to join. Fantastic. And then there's an Crucible over here. Let's go grab that. Am I saying that right? Crucible? I think I'm saying it with a SH sound. Crucible. I think it's Crucible. It's the kind of word that I've read many, many, many times in my life. But just because you read a word, that doesn't mean you actually know how to say it. Although I don't really get upset at people that mispronounce words in general, because you probably, I don't know, you probably read it somewhere, which is generally a sign of pretty good intelligence. I don't know. I know that as a young person, I really appreciated when people did not correct me when I said the wrong word. But as I get older, I appreciate it more and more. One of the words that I messed up as an adult as recent as 5 years ago was judicated versus adjudicated. I thought that it was adjudicated. I thought that you would say, oh, well, this crime or this charge has been adjudicated, and that's just an incorrect way. It's not correct. You have to say adjudicated. And part of the reason why I said it that way, I think, was because of a gaming, actually, funny enough. I think it was StarCraft. The High Templar and the Judicators. It just made sense to me that they were judicating things. Anyway. Nope, the term is adjudicated. So, as you can obviously tell, I've learned new things in my life. I'm grateful for it. Yeah, how do you keep these big, massive stacks alive? How do you avoid losses? I feel like I'm having a tough time avoiding losses. And I actually do know that about myself, that I do struggle with that. Especially when it comes down to like skeleton stacks. That's when it's the very, very worst. I totally struggle with keeping snowball skeleton stacks alive. Especially if it's a unit that can be pretty powerful, but has some weakness, like it's slow or it's melee. I tend to have a little bit of an issue there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you can travel the entire battlefield. You guys are insane. Thankfully, the single stacks are taking a lot of this damage. Although it looks like the imps also got pretty heavily thwacked. Okay, so Isabel's about to go. I'm not killing full stacks here. Let me do my best to kill here. Kill 2, take some retaliation. I think that the Divine Guidance on the power stack is always a good decision. We can kill 4 to 8. Let's try and kill 4 to 8. We killed 4, so we got the low end of damage. But hopefully we're going to get to go again soon. Yeah, it looks like the Hellhounds are eating a lot of this attention. My goodness. Okay, let's try and keep the big stack alive. There was probably a chance I could have used a single stack to take some retaliation off these troops. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's going to retaliate right now. Yeah, and the Hellhounds are just in no man's land. They're just in the very center of this beatdown. Goodness gracious. Guard selected creature by the hero against any melee damage. I think I'm going to do that. And maybe we get to save. Let's see. There's 1, so we're going to get 2 uses out of that at least. Oh, and then they ran away. The one Hellhound just ran away. That's a really cool ability, though, to get your hero to be able to do tons of damage. I really do like that. Kill 4 to 7 with the retaliation. Let's just try and kill 4 to 7. Let's see if we can get lucky this time. Kill the full stack. We do. And then, yeah, so long as you're going to kill single stacks for me, I'm going to be happy with that. Let's weakness the big stack of 7, because it looks like they're going to get the chance to attack twice very quickly. And I'm going to take this retaliation here. 6 more conscripts goes down. Stabby, stabby. Can I only have 1 ability active at any given moment? I'm guessing that that is the case. I'm guessing that Isabel, she can either have the Divine Guidance up for somebody, or she can have like the retaliation ability. Like, I'm guessing you can only have 1 up at any given moment. So maybe maybe I should cast it and then just continue to get her damage off rather than try and cycle through all the spells. Purposeful choices are never a bad thing. Folks, it is Week of the Pixie. That means it's double growth for pixies and sprites. Which is kind of nifty, I think. And you would think that, oh, I don't know, 2 hours into this playthrough? How are we 2 hours into this? You would think that somehow 2 hours into this that we would be much closer to our objectives, but I think that after we explore this whole map that there's still going to be plenty of game left to go. Should I don't know, should I call it? It's currently like 1:30 in the morning and I got to travel tomorrow. I wonder if I shouldn't just call this and do a 2-parter. It depends. How close am I? I've explored half the map in 2 hours. That's it? I feel obligated. Folks, I feel obligated. I don't want to do this. But we are day 3. So we are month 3, week 1, day 3. Wow, we are 3 months into this playthrough somehow. And our forces are vastly depleted. We have to play pretty carefully with our 250 conscripts. There's not a lot of fights we can keep taking if we're just going to be silly like we have been. But I think that we're going to call it a night so that way we can move forward. There's going to be some opportunities. Maybe pixies will join us. Maybe more of these hellhounds will join us. Whatever the case is, we're going to need to get more of our forces. And I think that we're going to have to make this decision to go through this area here or up through this area here to find more units that we can take. If there's an enemy out there that has their own castle and they're just building up, they're getting stronger and stronger, we are probably going to be struggling mightily soon, but that's going to unfortunately be for another time. So this was very fun. This was exciting. I am having a blast still, but My goodness. I really hate doing two-parters, but man, if this scenario is going to take 2 hours, I wonder how fast an expert can complete this scenario. But if that's going to be the case, if that's where we're standing right now, then I have no choice, I believe. I must call it a night. So with that being said, I'm grateful for all the support. I'm grateful for the many people that have reached out and said, hey, Phixfox, when's the next Heroes 5 video coming out? I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for all the opportunity I get to play any and all of these wonderful Heroes of Might and Magic games. Again, if you can't tell, I'm having the time of my life. And I'm so very grateful that other people are enjoying these as well. Until I see you next time, folks, please do me a huge favor. Look after you, look after your friends, look after your family. Until that time, my name is Phixfox. I'm so excited to come back here at another day, another time. Until then, I'm out. Catch you around. Bye-bye.